Chery QQ perceived Thai automobiles market to be small, conservative market from China and is prepared for free trade and product input from Japan. Let's go and have a look on the strategies of Chery QQ. Do you think economic integration would boost the automobile productivity in the area?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because even though we don't look at the current situations, we don't becoming an AE yet. I mean, we did not come to be an ASEAN community market yet, but under the FTA or the AFTA, the products or the parts in the automotive has been shared among the industry anyway. For example, we have been exchanging parts from production bases in other countries, in other ASEAN countries. For example, Toyota, they shipping or they exchanging the cars, the parts, and then Nissan is changing, the other models also changing. So exchanging all these kind of things. So actually it's going to make it more growth and then more benefits. And I think we can be the car maker center of the world.
I see. And in general, how would your company and Thailand benefit from the ASEAN economic community?
For us as a dealership, it might be benefiting us that much because consumer can shop around. Once when you become a one market, right, I think you would have opportunity to shop around to see, okay, what is the price that Thailand is introducing, or then compare it to Malaysia, Singapore, and then consumer will have more choice to shop and then purchase at the right price that they are preference to.
I see. And Thailand being located in the middle of ASEAN, and do you think that will have advantages in the logistics of exchanging, transporting equipment?
Of course, this one I really support it because this will really boost our infrastructures. But then we have to be careful a little bit on the legal law, transportation law in between, because in logistics you need to have a common understanding in the transportation laws or logistic laws. That is a little bit, we try to be capturing, updating all these things, but we're still a little bit advanced disadvantaged if you compare to Malaysia, for example. They are now be able to travel quite easily. For us, we could be a gateway for China, we could be a gateway for Laos, Cambodia, or even though Myanmar. I mean, this really, we can be a center of trading in this region, and we should be in that position.
I see. And speaking of a center for trading, is Chery looking into the other big markets for automobiles, such as China and India?
Chery itself, I think they are trying to enter India. But I'm not sure if they have been success lately or not. But for Thailand, we're looking for expanding opportunities into for example, moving some models for the production here, moving the production, yes.
All right, Kun Montakan, now let's talk about the supplies and the equipments that we use in cars. Now, how does can Thailand produce the equipment, or does Thailand have to import the equipment?
We have to import raw material, and then to do the value added into all those material, we have expertise in the Thai market. So you can see that automotive parts industrial in Thailand is quite big, and our skillfulness and then craftsmanship is is worldwide acceptable. So that's been, we really depend on the raw material from other countries.
I see. And how about research and development? Is there research and development about automobiles in Thailand?
Currently, I think there are some major OEM. They are setting up their own research and development center in Thailand. For Chery, we are considering it and under the studying to ask Chery China to set up a R&D center in Thailand in order to understand more the Thai market, the consumer behavior. Actually, we can consider Thailand as a international export hub for the cars, because we are the major exporter of many brands big car in the world. So actually Thai consumer has been treated by these high quality cars for a while.
Yes.
So people can have a touch or the feeling or the ambience when you sit inside the car. And those kind of judgment we can consider as a quite high standard. So I think it's suitable to set something here. And then even though we are thinking, let's thinking of the population. We have the size of the population less than China, but the consumer behavior is more higher and then is touching the international standard.
I see. And definitely, especially when we drive down the road, you can see so many brands of cars. Now, can I ask a bit how competitive is the Thai automobile industry in Thailand itself?
It's very, very hard and very, very strong. I must commit it for the newcomer. It's very hard.
Definitely. What techniques do you have to penetrate the market that many big companies have already rooted itself into?
Actually, we differentiate ourselves in our brand, and then we try to fulfill some gap that is in the consumers. They still need something about that. So we're looking into more small segments, and then maybe a different way of normal markets.
Would you call it a niche market?
I won't call it niche because it's not really niche. Niche is quite something different, but this one is more special, but with the wider grounded base.
I see.
Yes.
I see. So it's a more specified market area. Now, with the new government imposing their new policies, such as letting the price of gas, LPG, float along with the market price, do you think this will affect car sales?
Yes, a little, yes, because personally, if the gasoline price went up very high, of course, people, if you are in the city, you would consider not to use your car. You may use the mass transportation, the BTS, all these things. So I think people will change their behavior using the car into more weekends or vacations, or more into traveling in big groups. So the behavior of using the car will be different. And then, of course, to consider buying a car will have some effect into their purchasing decisions.
And as you said before, that people will tend to use private cars less. Do you see any other traits that they're going to develop within the next few years?
The other traits, you mean trading?
Using cars, buying cars, anything that will affect their decision making?
The other things, majorly, but I think it's really affect Thai people. Not the people living in the city, they will take more consideration in the fuel price. But maybe people up country, they will be hurt, but not really cannot really avoid using the car.
Because there's no other option.
Yeah, there's no other options, and then due to the land condition, the city condition, you still have to use the car. But then maybe you use lesser than normal you have been using it.
I see.
So that will be the case.
Is it easier to penetrate the markets in the outer areas of Bangkok, or is Bangkok the main hub?
I think it's both, because now people are well educated, internet information has been spread around, people are getting their knowledge, so it's the same market. It's the same market. We need to educate the market. They need to learn about our products. Actually, our products are known from the internet.
I see. And how does online commerce, e-commerce, or social media advertising, how has that helped car industries?
That's really helped. For Chery, it's really helped because since our sales volume is not that great, so we are in a small group, about like 2,000 cars already now in the market, introduced to the market. So the consumer group is quite small, and using the online or the social networking media to contact with the customer, this is really special things that means we can be at your right to service you, to understand you, to help you on the problems, or then to build confidence, and then we can enjoying together with the cars, and then having some trips, and then enjoying to explain, or like a club or a car lover club, something like that.
I see.
Yes.
Does Chery emphasize on after-sales service with the customers?
Of course we do. Of course we do. We definitely concerning about their their feeling after they have purchased the car. So we try to make it really in touch with them, and then don't make them feel that we let them down. So when you decided to purchase Chery car, you are our friend. So that means friend is always at your right spot to help you.
I see. And how has the feedback been so far?
And the feedback has been very positive. And then we were able to introduce the car more easily. The brand has been known quite well, spread widely. And we have more chance and opportunity to that's why we have a plan to introduce the next 2 new series next year.
I see. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Follow Towards 2015, open up to the ASEAN market every Wednesday and Thursday from 10:30 to 11 p.m. on ASEAN TV. And you can also follow us online via Facebook only on ASEAN TV.